if you follow me, you know I'm not into sensationalism. You know I don't report the news, but there is something I just read over on Substack that I need to let you know of. If you are an ex-evangelical or you're not, and you know about Project 2025 and how Trump tried to distance himself from being associated with that, but so many of us were over here saying, he's associated with it. So Larissa Reinhart, she writes The Female Body Politic, over on Substack. It's called, this last post is called Red Alert. It's about the SAVE Act. We need to act. We need to act now. She starts off with some really positive news. I love this, that the white woman is going to be, for the first time in about 20 years, the minority of women in this country, which is going to be good news for those of us that are trying to deconstruct patriarchy. But we need to act now because if you don't know, Project 2025 is trying to strip women of all of the, rights we've gained over the last 100 to 150 years. And they're trying to take away the woman's right to vote. So they can't necessarily appeal the 19th Amendment, which is what gave us, well, not all of us, but the white woman, the right to vote, and eventually the rest of the women. But anyways, besides the point, it would be an uphill battle to try to get that repealed. So they have found a workaround with this thing called the SAVE Act, which would basically make women have to go through hoops and hoops and hoops to prove their legality to be able to vote in person. By providing a legal document such as their birth certificate or a passport with their current legal name. Do you see where I'm going with this? So one, a lot of people don't have a passport. I think it said 140 million people in this country do not have a passport. It's not cheap. I just renewed my passport today and it was $130, y'all, just for like the slow process. If you needed to get it because you wanted to vote, you'd have to pay over $250 odd. Who right now has that kind of money? So the other way, if you don't have a passport, because a passport would probably have your most up-to-date name on it, if you know where I'm going, your birth certificate does not have your current legal name on it if you've decided to take on the patriarchy's tradition, which I'm not blaming or judging that, but if you have taken on your husband's or your partner's name, you are now disqualified if you don't have a passport in your legal name as of right now. So this is going to be a way that they are able to get women to not have the right to vote, right? I mean, it's going to exclude a lot of other people too, a lot of lower and poor class people that don't have passports and cannot prove a real ID is not going to work. It has to be a passport or your birth certificate with your current name. So you're still going to have your freaking ID, I guess. I don't even know. Go read this article. Again, it's the Red Alert, the SAVE Act under Larissa Reinhart's The Female Body Politic on Substack. I don't know how to link that because I only get one link in my profile and my link is going to go to my YouTube because I have to keep that there. Some of the other important, so she gives a whole bunch of icebreakers and questions we can be using to talk with women about this. Oh, this is the other important part to know is it's already passed one of the two houses. It would immediately so if Project 2025 Trumpers are successful in passing the SAVE Act, it would immediately disenfranchise an enormous swath of women, regardless of race, which it's not going to be just women, it's going to be other people that would vote non-Trumpy. But given the overall growing gender gap, especially when age is factored in, the Project 2025 Trumpers do not care. Suddenly they have a chokehold on the electorate, the electoral college, that will be nearly impossible to break, you all. Like, this is going to be, again, not sensationalism, but real. I'm only going to give you stuff that really needs to be acted on right now. Like the school voucher scam, that needs to be acted on in your state as well. Okay, so Congress has already passed this bill. So it's just waiting to go through the Senate, I believe, right? Congress is the House. So we need to be calling our senators ASAP. putting so much pressure on them. And I know I live in the state of Texas. Like, these guys are not for women, but they're taking away their daughters and their sisters and their wives' right to frickin' vote. Well, maybe not them, because they'll probably have their passports, but they don't think about that, right? Like, oh, and I wanted to get on here and talk about Inanna and the power of that story. I'm writing a post on my own Substack for next week about my experience with death. I lost my mother at 9, and so I am no stranger to death, and just wanted to share some of my experiences with the story of death and why I'm so passionate about rewriting this story for all of us with that the genetrics. Sorry, genetrics is the creation story that I'm going to be using in the Sacred Tryst. Okay, so get your pen and paper ready. I'm going to say all of this again. Go to Substack. Make sure you're following me under Deconstructing Patriarchy, Holly McCormick. That way, if TikTok or YouTube go down, you still get to get this education and information you need. Then go follow Larissa Reinhart under the Female Body Politic. Read her article, The Red Alert, The Save Act. Read the questions at the end. Call your senators in your state, and call other senators if you can't. You probably can't. Okay, then after that, go to YouTube. Join my YouTube, Deconstructing Patriarchy. Go to season 1 playlist, Foundations of Deconstructing Patriarchy, and start watching our episodes so that you can understand how we're going to get out of this. It's not going to be about getting into sensationalism. It's not going to be about doing the things we've done in the past. We've got to break down the ideology by doing acts like this with Larissa and what she's asking us to do, and getting the education that I'm sharing in Deconstructing Patriarchy. Season 1 is up now. Episode 2 just released this morning, so you're not going to be far behind. They're short, fun little episodes you can watch. Episode 1, I broke into 4 parts because it was super long and made it a lot more fun to watch, and educational and applicable, so you can get out of fucking patriarchy. All right, go. Report back. Let me know how you did. Bye.